Today on episode 17 of the Home of Play podcast, PlayStation 5 games are going to cost how much? Is a leaked Harry Potter RPG coming late 2021? New indie games announced and coming to PS5. All that and more. What's happening, everybody? Welcome back to episode 17 of the Home of Play podcast, where two best friends join forces to give you all the latest in PlayStation rumors, news, and reviews. And that's because we're PlayStation fans. I'm your host, Steve, and with me I'm joined by the king of platinum trophies himself, Christopher.
Hello, hello.
Hello, Christopher.
How are you?
Not too bad yourself?
Doing good.
Yeah. It's hot as fuck outside.
Yep, at least not covered in as many bites.
That is true. I have healed from my experiences of previous. The mosquitoes are out. Good God, are they out?
Oh man, they're out.
You can't even look out a window without one tapping the glass.
I want to.
He's like, I can sense you. Yeah, he's got the spider sense. If you like this and would like to support the Home of Play podcast, please help make others aware through the power of word of mouth. Every month we are growing, and it's all because of you lovely gamers helping to spread the cause. If you could also subscribe on your podcast service of choice and rate us 5 stars on iTunes or any other podcast service that allows it, we are hungry for those reviews. Please and thank you. If you also have any burning questions, comments, or complaints, we want to hear from you. Please send either of those to our email address at homeofplaypodcast@gmail.com, and we can read your question on the show or alone while me and Chris share cake sitting on top of a table. 16 Candles reference. On today's episode, we have 8 news articles to discuss. That's right, you're hearing it correctly. 8. My God, this is going to be a packed show, so let's just get to it. But before we do that, we will talk about what we've been up to this last week, as we always do, and we are starting with Chris.
I haven't been doing too much other than Last of Us 2. Finally finished it, so that's great. Yay! Working on the New Game Plus to get the Platinum, I guess. So on my first playthrough, I didn't use any guides or anything, so I definitely missed a whole bunch of collectibles. So I'm kind of working on that. I'm still not using a guide. I found there's an option in the game in the accessibilities where you can do an enhanced scan mode, which kind of lights up everything that you can interact with in a 30-meter area, I guess. So I kind of just been doing that. Just trying to finish unlocking all the player ability upgrades as well as the weapon upgrades. My first playthrough, I unlocked all the safes and found all the workbenches, so that's one thing off the list. Apart from that, just chipping away at it. Starting New Game Plus, and I cranked it up to the hardest difficulty, which is insane because they pretty much never give you any ammo. Like, you get very little ammo.
Do you lose the listening feature in... No?
No.
I thought the first one you did.
No, well, I can't remember the first one, but yeah, you still have the ability to listen and all that. They've made some of the interactions a little bit harder too, because I noticed normally if you're hiding behind like a shelf or something and a person's walking towards you, you can grab them while they're still walking towards you. I've noticed that the interactions seem a little bit different on this harder difficulty because you almost have to sneak up behind them. So if I hide behind a shelf, try to grab them, it doesn't give me the prompt to grab them and it doesn't work. So you pretty much have to go around the table and sneak up behind them or whatever. So I don't know if that's just something didn't notice on the first playthrough, but I'm pretty sure the difficulties made that harder. So apart from that, I did a couple rounds of Siege. Tried again yesterday, but I don't know if the servers were getting DDoS'd at the same time because everybody was getting massive lag. We won the one round that we did, but I'm like, I'm not gonna play this if it's lagging like this. That's pretty much it. Just a lot of Last of Us too.
Sounds like my week.
Yeah. How about you? other than Last of Us, what has your perspective been from Last of Us?
You got me to watch some Baldur's Gate 3 gameplay.
Oh yeah.
And now that's all I want.
Yeah,
so
it looked good. And I didn't even watch all of it because there's quite a bit, but
yeah, no, I think I watched more than you because I had a lot of time in the night to ponder my thoughts. So I watched a lot of it, probably at least an hour. I want to say an hour, and I just want that kind of gameplay. So yeah, it's made it hard to kind of want to play anything else. So I played more Last of Us, haven't finished it. This week's also been really hectic for me. So yeah, I didn't get to play too much more, just Last of Us, and hoping for time to just play anything. I still want to get back to Dishonored 2. Finish that up. I
want you to get further in Persona. So I want you to get to like the major new stuff.
That's going to be a while. I think.
It's going to take a while.
I'm only 20 hours in, so
yeah.
I just need to get some more time. Are you selling time? I could use some time over here.
Yeah, it's hard to sell you some time.
Yeah. Now that we're all caught up, I say we just get back into some news. So we have 8 news articles to discuss, like I said before, and we are starting with number 1. Game prices are about to rise again. This one comes from Game Informer.
This is potential anyway. So 2K has set an example in what it is likely to be a new trend by setting the suggested retail price of the PlayStation 5, Xbox One version of the NBA 2K21 at $69.99 US. This appears to be the first instance of an upcoming next-gen title listing its price. The game's press release notes that the game's actual retail price may vary, but barring specific sales, retailers typically sell products at the same sales price. We'll have to wait to see if other publishers follow suit now or in the future, but with rising development costs, the power of the coming home console, and that this happens every few generations, it's a good bet that this is the new normal.
Wowzy.
I'm hoping it's not the new normal.
I'm not surprised. I saw this coming a mile away.
I mean, I guess it's still the same. It's still a Blu-ray disc, so the price of the physical hardware is the same. But like, if they're going to keep bumping up the price for physical copies, sure, I guess, fine. I'll accept it. But digital should not be the same price because you're not paying to ship, like to get the physical copy to people. They're having to pay shipping costs so that it gets to the game store, EB, GameStop, whatever. And then they're having to put it on their shelves and,
well, they got to make the disc. They got to make
physically get the disc.
Yeah.
Well, most of them are paying for the discs and then they're putting their stuff on it. But I mean, it's still, and then they're selling the physical copy. There's some of that price has to go to the middlemen, which would be GameStop and EB Games. So I'm understanding that. I am not understanding how a digital version of the game costs that same price. There's no middleman. There's no physical purchasing of the disc, spending the time to burn the game onto the disc, and it doesn't make sense to me.
Well, I agree with you, but I believe it's contracts that me and you aren't aware of, but they can't, blatantly. Can you imagine retailers like Walmart, EB Games, anything like that? If you were like, okay, you guys sell this game for us, make us money, but the digital version
undersell it
$20 cheaper than you're selling it,
yeah,
they would freak out.
No, for sure. But I mean, I feel like physical copies are becoming less and less. I mean, they're releasing a freaking console that isn't even going to have a CD tray.
No, don't get me wrong. They're already weaving that. That is a road that is slowly being paved right now.
Yeah.
And I think that is the future. But I think they're all too scared to like piss off those retailers still. So until this, everyone starts going digital, and then retailers are just kicked out naturally because of the consumers, I just don't think they have the balls to do that right now.
Yeah, you could also do the alternative where you go to Walmart and I guess buy a digital code.
Yeah, I still remember YouTube videos making fun of that. It's like, so why would I buy that here? And they're like, because it's convenient. It's like, it's not really.
It's less convenient.
Yeah.
I know. So, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I guess I understand it.
This is my future, and it's not going to happen, but every game should charge its own price. If you're CD Projekt Red and your game took 8 years to make and it's 200 hours to play,
should be an equivalent price to that.
Then charge me $100. I honestly don't care because that game sounds like it's worth $100. I'm speculating, but I think so. And but if specifically if you're 2K and you're the next updated roster, you're not worth $70.
No.
You're not worth it.
How much effort you put out a game. So what you're saying is because it's a yearly game, it shouldn't cost as much. And I think I agree with you on this. It should be, how much effort did the actual company put into optimizing and perfecting the next version of the game? Well, and how big is the game?
Yeah. How much was the actual development?
Maybe it should only be $29.99 because that's how much effort they put into that 1 year game.
Are indies going to go up $10 more as well because they're on the next gen? Well, you're like, how much did your development go up?
Yeah,
right?
maybe time, depending on how much time and effort you put into making that indie game. Could take 15 years, and that's just your first game, right?
Yeah, and I'm not against rising game. Like, if these companies are suffering or losing costs because, you know, they do have to take more time to make these 4K textures, and if these games suddenly become bigger because of, you know, the new consoles allow them to do more, I'm not against it, but is the game worth it?
Yeah.
You know, like, I think it's going to be
Would you put like Call of Duties into that mix? With the 3-year rotation of the Call of Duties with the Infinity Ward, Sledgehammer, and Treyarch, do you think the same with them? Does that apply to them?
I feel like
their price be down? I mean, they pump out a Call of Duty every year, but I mean, they're still taking now 3 years to work on the next iteration of the Call of Duty.
You know, maybe I don't know what I'm talking about, but I feel like they're all using the same assets, and just like a sports game, I find the upgrades aren't there. Every year I'm not seeing something
tweaks for sure.
There's tweaks, but nothing blows me away, and therefore I have a hard time being like, that needs to cost the full every year.
Well, especially when they're tacking on these season passes and battle passes now. It feels like the price of the game should be lower. It should be probably in the $49.99 mark, to be honest.
Especially if they want to, like, I don't know which way they want to go. I guess they don't want to upset anyone, but, you know, if you're doing the Battle Royale thing, let that be your online then. You know, get your Battle Pass revenue there. Then maybe just focus single player, and if you only did single player, you could probably charge less.
Yeah.
You know, and like, again, it's still, we're talking about a 3-year production versus a CD Projekt Red 7-year one.
Yeah, so I mean, this looks like this is what could be the new trend, is that the prices of the next gen games are going to go up to $69.99. So we'll have to see how that goes. I mean,
you can always speak volumes with your wallet.
Yeah.
You know, if you don't think that's justified, don't buy the games that you don't think are justified to be that price.
Yep.
Unfortunately, some people might find value in some of these games and keep them going, but, you know, time will tell, and we'll see where all lands. Moving on.
So we'll go on to article number 2. We finally have news on Harry Potter RPG. Potentially. I mean, this is kind of rumors, but this is what articles from IGN. Go ahead, Steve.
2 anonymous sources close to the project have revealed to Bloomberg that the project is very real, and that is in development by Disney Infinity Studio Avalanche Software in Salt Lake City, Utah. The title was originally going to appear in E3 2020. The new plan, according to those familiar with such things, is to unveil the new Batman game in August at the DC Fandom, and then focus on Harry Potter RPG at a later date. Harry Potter RPG reportedly due in late 2021 now.
Still a ways away.
Yeah, this is unfortunate, but I'm still considering it a win. Only because we haven't heard anything, and it's never been confirmed that it was real when we got the leaked footage of the game. And ever since I've seen that footage, it's what I want. It's almost like that Baldur's Gate 3 thing I talked about. I just want it.
I don't think I've seen the leaked footage actually myself. So.
Oh, it looked great. It was fully 3D. They showed a little bit of splice of customizing your character. And like that idea to me, like, you let me make my own character, my little avatar, and I get to go to Hogwarts.
So is this supposed to be based on the books? Like,
I don't think we're going books. I think
different side story.
Again, not confirmed. Nothing. What I took from that is like it could be either after Harry Potter or a prequel to Harry Potter, but it's just you spending your character's time at Hogwarts, and they're probably going to be little quests. But it sounds like a open-ish world. Like, you know, Hogwarts can only have a limited scope, but open-ish world.
Prequel would be kind of cool.
That would be really cool.
Like when Lily and James and Snape and Tom Riddle and all them, all them as kids would be kind of cool area.
Maybe
although I don't know who the villain would be, I guess, at the time, because it wouldn't be Tom.
Yeah, but wasn't I mean, I guess they could kind of do what those newer movies are doing. I can't remember
interwoven with
because what was that villain?
name?
Yeah, I couldn't remember his name. Grindelwald or something.
Grindelwald, yeah.
And I'm
Johnny
like,
Depp and Colin Farrell.
yeah, and then we could get hot Dumbledore. That'd be cool. I'm up for some hot Dumbledore. Teach me.
Yeah, so I mean, yeah, I guess this is it's leaks and then rumors based on the leaks. So take it with a grain of salt, but we'll probably be seeing something soon.
I'm just excited to hear that it's not dead. That's great. That's what I'm going to take away from this. So it's a score on my board. I'm just excited for anything Harry Potter, and the sooner the game is revealed, the sooner I'm going to be smiling. I don't know why, but like WB is holding like a lot of like awesome properties, but they're just not revealing them,
and they're looking at selling.
Yeah, I know, right?
So it's like maybe that's why they're not revealing all their cards, because they want somebody else to purchase it out from under them. Maybe.
Well, really, when you look at their releases in the last 3 years, what are they?
I can't, off the top of my head, nothing comes to mind.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, we've gone through the list before, but yeah, I mean, they definitely have properties.
Other than Lego games, I don't know any. But either way, awesome, great news. I'm excited. Article number 3, Cyberpunk 2077 says goodbye to wall running. This one comes from IGN.
So CD Projekt Red has cut the wall running mechanic seen in previous Cyberpunk 2077 gameplay trailers due to design reasons. In an interview with Game Reactor, Cyberpunk 2077 level designer Max Pierce explained the decision. The wall running. That is something that we removed due to design reasons, but there's still going to be a lot of flexibility in how you move, that's for sure. Previously, gameplay has shown the player character using mantis blades, the game's sword-like appendages that can be hidden inside your own arms, in combination with wall running, in order to perch in hard-to-reach spots. You can see this wall running in action on the gameplay demo from 2018. In the clip, V uses her mantis blades to run along a wall, scan some goons before leaping down and assassinating them.
I'm very upset. I don't think it's going to make or break the game, but I was personally interested in the wall running.
There's been so many games that had the wall running technique. I don't remember the footage, to be honest. So, I mean, in knowing what the game is looking like and all the other crazy abilities and stuff you're going to have, wall running doesn't seem like something that's needed for me anyway.
Like I said, it's not going to make me not play the game, but like having less options seems like a bad thing to me.
Yeah, I mean, I could see a lot of glitches with wall running, so maybe that's why they needed to take it out. Like any game that has some sort of verticality or adds some sort of feature like that, I can see a lot of bugs and stuff happening from that type of animation.
For sure, but I don't know, maybe it's my personal thing that I like, but I think about Dishonored 2, I can teleport onto like shelves and little like ledges and stuff like that, and it just adds to that stealth gameplay. If this game's trying to have that kind of aspect, but they're taking away your movements, then I just don't understand, like, am I just going to be crouching boringly through and, or going through like Batman, what the hell am I trying to talk about? The vents, basically.
Yeah, it's hard to say. I mean,
just
they could have added some alternative maybe they just haven't said it.
Oh, for sure.
I mean, it doesn't seem like a game where you'd be teleporting. But, I mean, yeah, I don't know. Maybe you can hack and disable the enemies, so you can just walk up to them.
I think I've seen them jacking into people before.
So, yeah, I mean, there's probably something in there that makes up for this feature not being in there. But, yeah, I mean, it was 2018 when they showed that demo footage, so it's possible it's been removed for quite a while.
Oh, yeah, probably.
It might have only been there just for that demo, which is shocking.
Wow, they had to make it good. It was the one demo you got for 3 years.
Yeah, I mean, and there's something that was at an E3 conference that wasn't in the final game? What?
Yeah.
What other game company's ever done that?
Spider-Man and Puddles.
Anthem, Watch Dogs.
Yeah.
I don't know. I could just name some, but So, I mean, yeah, it's a feature that's gone. I'm sure they're going to make up for it in some other way or remove that type of verticality from the game. So, yeah, it is what it is.
Yeah, I don't know. There's not much really to say about it.
No.
It's just a small feature. I'm going to miss it, but I'm sure it's not going to make or break anything. Going on to Article 4, PlayStation Plus Games of July. This one comes from Push Square. PS Plus subscribers can look forward to 3 games. Those are Erica, NBA 2K20, and Rise of the Tomb Raider. That's 3 great titles to celebrate the service's 10th anniversary. It's been a memorable journey over the years, bringing gamers together and providing access to compelling content and exclusive discounts for our members. We wouldn't be here without all of you, so as a thank you, we wanted to make this upcoming monthly games announcement extra special by adding a bonus game to our incredible lineup, Sony said. These titles will be available to download from the 7th of July to the 3rd of August.
So yeah, that's 3 titles. Rise of the Tomb Raider, is that the first remastered one not remastered, but the first of the new Tomb Raiders?
No.
Is this the second one?
It was just called Tomb Raider, and then there was, I think, the definitive version that came to PS4. Then Rise of the Tomb Raider, ironically, was the exclusive Xbox One, timely exclusive Xbox One. Now, I have something for you here.
So I haven't played this one then, so that is actually something that I will probably play.
I'll tell you why I'm not excited about this in any way, and I kind of am going to go out of my way and call bullshit. Here, and I have it right on my phone for you to look at. That's a 360 game. That game is 5 years old. It came out the same time as Arkham Knight.
So was it before the Tomb Raider then?
No, it's still a sequel. That's how old these games are.
Oh, okay, they're old.
It's ridiculous. And this is like an extra special thank you. Like, we were just talking about this last week. Like, sorry if I'm getting hot again, but like, this is why I don't, honestly, if it didn't affect my playing multiplayer games, I would not have PlayStation Plus right now. And this just solidifies that. I don't care about Erica. If you like it, like, Erica looks exactly like Journey. I could be wrong. I haven't played it.
Yeah, it looked unique. I don't even, to be honest, I didn't know about it until I saw it on this list. So, but it looks something like I might be interested in, so I might take a look.
I don't even play sports game, and the only game I would play here is NBA 2K20.
Yeah, and that one doesn't interest me at all.
And that's the other ones. Rise of the Tomb Raider was an a timely exclusive Xbox One, which pissed a lot of people off because Tomb Raider, when you think about her,
it's
just
Sony.
like Crash.
It's Sony.
Yeah, exactly. Like, you know where its home is. And they kind of like said F you to Sony until like a year later, we're like, oh, we didn't make any money because we went to the console that didn't really sell well, and now we need money, so we'll make a gold or whatever.
Maybe that was just the leftover scraps of all the Tomb Raider stuff from all the years. They just put it all in one game and gave it to Xbox.
I don't know. It was, and it, like, I guess you can go any way with it, but I personally didn't. Like, I didn't even finish this one. I have played it before.
This one that you're talking about,
yes,
Rise of the Tomb Raider?
I've played it, and it's just, in my opinion, the first one is good because it's Tomb Raider's rise to being Tomb Raider, and throughout the game I liked her getting stronger and believing in herself, getting confidence, all that stuff sat with me. This one just felt corn. I don't know. It didn't stand out to me anyway. I wouldn't even put it next to like an Uncharted or something, or if you want to weigh against Uncharted 2, yeah, it's subpar. And so I'm like, yeah, I'm looking at this and I'm like, this is how you celebrate. You celebrate with a game that came out on the 360. Mm-hmm. The 360. There's Shadow of the Tomb Raider, and that one's already like 2 or 3 years old. Mm-hmm. Like, this is ridiculous.
Yeah, this is definitely not the best. I mean, I'm always going to add everything to my library like always, but Erica, yeah, I'll have to take a look at it. Maybe I could actually look up some gameplay trailers of it because I don't know too much about it. I mean, and then the Tomb Raider, to be honest, I don't know the order of Tomb Raider, so I thought this was more recent, so this is kind of a surprise to me.
It is Tomb Raider. Tomb Raider Definitive Edition exists as well.
Yeah, it's all
Then you have Rise of the Tomb Raider, then you have Shadow of the Tomb Raider.
Okay, so there hasn't been a Tomb Raider game in 3 years, you're saying?
2 or 3. I could be maybe a little harsh on Shadow, that maybe it's only 2 years old, but still it's 2 years old.
Yeah.
But you know, I'm just excited because maybe on its 20th year anniversary, we'll get Last of Us original remastered. You know, like, it's just, oh my gosh.
Yeah, I guess it definitely is a subpar selection, but I haven't heard too much of the public talking about their feelings of it.
Probably because it left such a little impression.
Probably I'm sure most people are going, "What is Erica?" Because I mean, for me to not even know about a game that's older, it's kind of surprising. And I think the regular price of Erica is like almost $40.
Erica
right
looks
now.
pretty. Don't get me wrong. It's just it's an indie game, and I would rather probably watch it than play it myself personally, because I will give it. It is pretty. It has some like neat lighting stuff, blah blah blah. But it looks very Journey to me, and I'm just not. I don't want to do that.
We'll go on to article number 5. Call of Duty Warzone Season 4 Reloaded Update 200 player matches. Limited time only. Call of Duty Warzone will soon be getting, and is already out, a new limited time 200 player battle royale mode that will allow 50 quads of operators to fight for victory. This new mode will arrive alongside a brand new Season 4 Reloaded update on June 29th. That just would have happened. This new mode will arrive alongside a brand new Season 4 Reloaded update, including new weapons, maps, operators, and much more. So I saw this update.
This update will have a download size of 22 to 36 gigs.
That's kind of what I'm about to say, actually. I saw this update show up on my computer, and I said, screw this shit. I don't play the game enough anymore. Don't have friends that play it anymore, and the game freaking takes up like, I think 100 some gigabytes of space. And it's because I think it downloads the whole freaking game. Because I think it downloads the single player and the multiplayer, even though you don't have access to it unless you pay for
100%. It's the same thing with a console. When I originally downloaded, it was slightly over 100.
Those games are so fucking bloated, and they don't know how to do compression because it's just ridiculous. So I actually looked at it on my computer. It started to do the update. I said, screw it. I stopped it. I uninstalled it off my computer. And now I have 100 free gigs.
Wasn't it even more by then? Because I thought another...
Oh, it's more than that. I remember my hard drive was in the red, and I deleted it, and now it's in nice blue.
Yeah.
It's just too big.
I thought I spoke to someone else who does like it.
I like it too. I mean, I didn't try the 200 player mode.
Because there was another mode before, or maybe it's not a mode, but like another pass before this one, and he was telling me that was another huge amount on his Xbox.
Oh, they're massive updates. They're huge.
So I can't imagine and PC might have better space compression, but I thought his Xbox, he was making it sound like he was getting higher than 100. That's for sure.
Well, and having 200 people in a match should not have anything to do with downloading anything on the client side. Mm-hmm. That's all server based shit. So I'm guessing this 20 gigs is simply just they're talking about new weapons, new operators, maybe a new map. I don't know if it's true if there's a new map, and much more. So I'm guessing the 20 gigs is just that stuff.
I imagine, and I could be wrong, but I would think you're adding another 50 people. I guess you wouldn't have to make the maps bigger, but maybe.
They might, yeah. Like I said, it could be a whole new map, which I guess I could see why it would be that much bigger. Mm-hmm. But I was just I don't play it enough right now. And my buddies aren't playing it, so I just didn't want to take up the space.
Oh, for sure.
And this is not really dissing the game itself. This is, Call of Duties, they're super massive, and I don't think they need to be that big in size. Or you should be able to download which part you want. If I'm just going to play Warzone, just download the content for Warzone. Yeah. If you need to have a general textures package, fine, download that shit too. But don't be downloading the multiplayer and the single player campaign when I don't even have access to it.
Yeah.
Episodic games don't even do that. They're not going to download all the episodes and just lock out those episodes. They're just going to let you download what you want. So, yeah, 200 player mode. I'm sure it's hectic and fun. You won't be seeing me on there just because I don't have 4 people to play with right now.
Yeah, and I'm sure I've ranted in the past about my problems with current Call of Duty. So yeah, you're not going to see me on it either. Although I think if I were to play Call of Duty, it would be the Warzone stuff.
Oh yeah, I'm generally a fan of battle royale games, which we'll talk into the next article actually about. Article number 6, the Hyperscape reveal from Ubisoft. This article is from IGN. It's not really much of an article, but I'll pass it on to Steve to read, I guess.
Ubisoft on Thursday unveiled Hyperscape, an all-new free-to-play battle royale shooter from Montreal-based team behind Rainbow Six Siege that will attempt to carve out its own niche in the highly competitive genre. I didn't take the whole quote because it was ridiculous in size and scope. I just figured we could talk a little bit about it.
Yeah, I looked into it. It's not out yet. I think they did some sort of Twitch stream thing where they gave free copies of the games to people. I know my buddy actually was on that Twitch thing and he had access to it. He says it's very fast-paced battle royale style game, which he's not a fan of. But I mean, it looked very colorful. It looked neat how the world, like, it doesn't have a zone that closes like in the other games, that the world just sort of melts away. Yeah, do you see that or no? Yeah, like it shows the city buildings, and I guess when the zone's shrinking, the buildings sort of just melt and disappear. It's kind of neat. It was a neat kind of idea for it. And then it had some sort of upgraded weapons thing. So you would get your weapons, but there was different phases or stages of the weapons, so you could combine other weapons into it or something to make it more powerful. Definitely interesting. I mean, I like Rainbow Six Siege, so I'm definitely interested in trying the game at least. It's free, right? So
they got a good track record with releasing stuff, and then sometimes that stuff doesn't rub people the right way, but they stick with it. You know, Siege is one of those as well.
When Siege came out, it was not anything special.
I didn't hear a lot of positive stuff, and now it's still one of the higher played things.
Competitive too.
Ooh, what was their other one? Division.
Yeah,
it didn't come out. It didn't come out super rough or like bad, but like it definitely needed to change some stuff. And you know, I heard they did that.
Yep.
And yeah, they just seem to work things. For Honor, that came out really rough.
Yeah, Ubisoft seems to have a good track record of putting like an average game, but then polishing it over time.
Exactly, and not just giving up on it like we'd all figure EA would do.
Yeah.
So so this hopefully this will be the same. It kind of gives me that stupid question in my head, like, how many battle royale games can really stay alive? It's almost like when people start talking about the streaming service wars, you know, where's this, you know?
Where's this going to fit? Yeah. I mean, like I said, Siege is very competitive, and if they can put something out at that quality level, which I don't think this is going to be that yet, definitely not. It could be competitive. Who knows? It's definitely different. It seems different from the other PUBG Battle Royale style games because it seems like it's very fast paced.
Yeah.
Like there's people running around jumping on buildings, and your characters are all very colorful, so it stands out really easily. So, and I couldn't tell how big the map was. I didn't see any specs on that. So definitely something to try, free to play. I don't know. I don't have the exact date of when it's actually out for everybody to play, but I'll definitely at least try it for sure. It's free, right?
Yeah, I'll let you be our Battle Royale guy. I don't really play those.
Yeah. The only one I really play right now is probably PUBG, and it's pretty casual. Like, I don't play very often, so.
Okay. Going on to news, Article 7. Crysis Remastered delayed after game footage is leaked. This one comes from IGN as well. In a letter posted on Twitter, Crytek explained that it's seen both the good and the bad reactions to leaked footage of Crysis Remastered and wants to take time to make a few more improvements before release. The full statement from Crytek is as follows. Dear Crysis fans, as you know, Crysis Remastered will be coming into the world this year, and at the same time, the Crysis IP will debut on the Nintendo Switch. Your passion for the Crysis franchise deserves an undeniably high-quality game, and we are committed to delivering just that. To ensure that we meet the commitment, we will need to delay the launch all platforms and trailer premiere by a few weeks. Because they already started, pre-orders for the Switch will stay open, but pre-orders for all other platforms will be delayed as well. The features you are looking forward to are already set, but we want to take the time on polishing the game. You might be aware of the leak yesterday, and we want you to know we've seen all the reactions, the good, the bad, and we're listening. We're still working on a number of things in the game, as well as the storefront. Please keep the love coming, and rest assured you'll have the game you love shortly. This extra time until release will allow us to get Crysis Remastered up to the PC and console breaking standard you've come to expect from Crysis games. We hope you understand what we're up to, and that is not a typo from me. That is a direct copy and paste. And that you stay with us while we take the time to make a few more improvements. Stay tuned, and we'll have the game in your hands as soon as we possibly can. We'll keep you updated on our progress, so please hang in there and check back for updates. That was a mouthful, but I survived.
What storefront are they talking about? Like, are they going to try to monetize this game now or some shit?
I wouldn't doubt it. It seems weird. The time, we haven't had Crysis 3. That's an old game. Because Crysis 3, I thought, came out when I got my video card, and that was a long time ago. So maybe, they're trying to make something with microtransactions. I wouldn't doubt it.
I'm not familiar with this leaked footage that they're talking about, but this is not something that I would even care to even look up.
Yeah.
I'm so not interested in this. I mean, it's just, I don't know. It's such an old game to remaster, and the original game was just a extensive tech demo, in my opinion. So, I mean, it's just, I don't know. I don't know who's excited for this. Like, I don't want to, I'm not trying to bash the game. It's just, it's not something that I don't think, was there a lot of people out there that were like, we want this?
I don't know. I just think, I mean,
we've talked about this before.
If they're getting waves of good or hate mail, there's clearly an audience, like there is almost for anything.
Is it the Nintendo audience, maybe?
Maybe. But honestly, I just think there's always people that might have nostalgia points, like maybe for whatever reason, I don't understand it.
But maybe you can't hear it, but I made a face for nostalgia for this game.
But, there could just be that person. Maybe it's their first PC game. Like they bought a brand new PC, they played this game. It pushed the boundaries so they could show off to their friends, and now they have those things. But yeah, I don't know. It's probably exists for somebody out there, and apparently you're gonna have to wait a little bit longer. It sounds like.
I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
Sorry, I'm just like, my interest level in this is low.
That's fine. It's just I thought it was interesting because the leaks are what delayed this.
So we'll move on to article number 8. PlayStation reveals 9 new indie games, not specifically for the PS5. Some of them are for PS4, but this one came from comicbook.com, as well as I got more of an extensive list, I believe, from IGN. PlayStation revealed 6 new PS5 games today. Unfortunately, if you're looking for God of War 2, Uncharted 5, or the next big PS5 game reveal, none of these games will tickle that spot. Rather, today's 6 PlayStation 5 game reveals are part of a larger PlayStation Indies initiative launched today by Sony. In other words, the 6 games below are unlikely to push the PS5 to its limits, but some of them do look especially promising. The biggest of these 6 games is probably Worms Rumble, which won't just be the latest Worms release, but a release that will inject Battle Royale into the series. Meanwhile, Haven also looks particularly promising, which shouldn't come as a surprise to anyone who played the developer's previous game, Fury, which is truly one of the PlayStation 4's most underrated games. So the 9 games they're all releasing is obviously the Worms Rumble. That one kind of looked interesting, Steve. I don't know if have you played any of the Worms? I like it's a 2D game, which is the better. Like I didn't like the 3D shooter ones, like the turn-based ones.
I've played Worms. I think original PlayStation, maybe PS2.
Okay.
It's not my jam.
Yeah, I mean
they're not bad. They're like, if I had a 6 or 7-year-old and he's bored, like would I play it with them just to like entertain him? Yeah. Am I going to play this by myself? Never.
Yeah. My favorite of the Worms series was the Worms Armageddon. I played that one a shit ton with my dad on PC. That was a good turn-based one. And more games we got listed is Haven. There's another one called Carto. There's a hacking-themed one called Recompile. Where the Heart is another one. Maquette, which is a puzzle sort of game. There's another action platformer called Fist, Forged in Shadow Torch. Heavenly Bodies, which is coming to PS5 and PS4. Some of these other ones are coming to PS4 as well. And then there's another one called Creeks coming to PS4. I didn't watch the event itself. I didn't even know about it actually until today. And some of them looked interesting. The maquette one looked kind of neat. Puzzle within a puzzle within a puzzle type thing. Looked pretty cool, but I mean, hey, it's more reveals of more games, right?
Like we talked about with the Crysis, there's an audience for it, and hopefully it speaks to them. But let's see more Miles Morales. Let's see God of War 2. Let's see Horizon. I don't care about these games.
Yeah, I mean, it's more games, right? I'm not liking this article.
I don't know. Is it more games though? I just feel like this is the problem the mobile phones have, is they allow any crap to go on there, and then you have just a mess of a store page. And I kind of feel that's the way our consoles have been going. You go through a PlayStation store and it's a heap of crap all the time. Like every day there's just new crap being added to it. And like I use this a lot, but like I am Mayo. You tap a Mayo jar enough times until you get a platinum trophy, and you pay $5 for that platinum trophy. That I know these aren't on the same league, but it just kind of feels like it to me. Like just anyone can make a game now, and sometimes I have to look at these things and be like, do these need to be a game?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I mean, we're not going to go into depth on these. There's one or two that had promise in my eyes that looked interesting. I don't remember which ones they were off the top of my head because it just all became a quick blur, but there was one or two that looked interesting, but we didn't get any time frames on any of these, I don't think. So I don't know if this could be this year, next year, who knows. So, but I mean, at least it's more announcements, I guess, which is better than nothing. Xbox, I think, is going to have their conference sometime this month. I don't remember did they set a date? There's probably a date set.
Yeah, I think we're getting Ubisoft.
Oh yeah, that one I'd be more excited for.
Oh yeah, I'm excited for Ubisoft. Give me some Valhalla gameplay.
Well, everything got pushed for them last year, so
yeah.
I mean, their showing should be really good. So that's pretty much it.
Okay, so we're done with the news articles. That is all 8. Hopefully we sped through them pretty fast, just how jam-packed it was. I didn't want to make this 3 hours long. Homework for this week. The Last of Us Part 2 sales are already over 4 million copies. This article's on Game Informer. Go give that a read. It's pretty interesting. Apparently, it is already sold more in the first month than in the UK than all the other top 10 games in the UK combined. Just a little fun fact there. UK is just eating this game up, apparently. There's a free PS4 theme for the 10th anniversary of PlayStation Plus. This one's on Destructoid, so if you have any interest in a fun little dynamic theme for your PlayStation, get it now. Ghost of Tsushima, A Storm is Coming trailer is available on YouTube, so go give that a watch if you're interested. Death Stranding sequel, potentially teased by Hideo Kojima. That one's on IGN, and I wouldn't read too far into that one. I just don't believe it, but I could be wrong. An interesting one, Resident Evil Village isn't Resident Evil 8, apparently. Capcom insists. You can find that on GameSpot. Apparently, they are backtracking all the Roman numeral numbers in Village.
Yeah, it seems like they want it to be more of a sequel to 7 than a sequel to the whole Resident Evil series.
Which is stupid because 7's a sequel to the whole Resident Evil series.
I know, yeah. It's like Chris is what sort of ties that to the series of those, where Ethan's sort of tying it to its own thing. I don't know. It's kind of weird.
Especially if they're bringing Chris back. Why wouldn't you want this?
Let's just call this one 7.2.
Yeah. Yeah, it seems like maybe there's something in it that like we just don't understand yet and that they don't want to reveal.
They sort of were emphasizing that Village is like, they want it to be its own, not universe, but its own, they mentioned that it's its own character.
But like so was 4's.
I know.
You know, like, because wasn't that kind of a village? It had a castle. There's people.
I suspect they're going to cave and say it's 8.
Yeah, that would be funny.
With the whole Roman numeral and the words.
I always just feel bad for them because like they always get leaked on everything.
Yeah.
They can't. There's just no secrets in Capcom.
There's some sort of faucet that's turned open and it just keeps dripping.
It just keeps going. There's a flood coming. So yeah, that's all your homework for the week. And that was all your news for the week. And this is it from us for the week. So we are signing off once again.
Thanks, and talk to you guys later. Bye-bye.
Bye.